Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 Morning Show. We love featuring artists you should know about on the show, and today we're heading to Canada to chat with singer-songwriter BB Ann. BB's based out of Southern Ontario. Her love for music turned into her passion after rediscovering an old family guitar once forgotten. She just dropped her latest EP called Lonely Highway, along with the single Lonely. We're excited to have BB Ann on the show. First, BB, thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, congrats. Lonely Highways is out. Looks like you had a good time making the album.
Oh, you know what? It was so much fun. It was a little longer of a process than I had expected, but you know, when you want to create something, it's almost you want to get it to that spot where you think for yourself it's kind of like maybe not even perfect, but almost perfect. But yeah, we had a lot of days of recording, but it was I don't know, beyond amazing experience to be able to record like an EP, not just a single, and to be able to push out 4 songs at one time.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, so tell us the process. Were the songs ready to go when you went to the studio? Did you write them while you were there? How'd it work?
So my songs were pretty much already written down. To be honest, I started writing music about 1.5 years ago, and I kind of went manic for about a month and wrote just like an obscene amount of songs. So after I did that, I like to put music to it after I write it if I'm kind of feeling the vibe of the song. And then, so the songs were already written out. I have a guitar player who plays with me as well, and he helps with the music melodies. He's awesome. He's from here as well. I call him my young buck. His name's Mitch Hildebrandt. Yeah, so we went into the studio with lyrics and, a basic knowledge of what we wanted for each instrument. Mind you, we don't play all of the instruments, just acoustic and electric guitar, and then my guitar player can throw in some bass licks too, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. So we went in and kind of started with that, did the basics of the songs, and then realized, okay, let's see where we can go. So we ended up bringing in a live drummer for all of the songs, which was awesome. He did an awesome job. Phil Charette, he's from this area here as well. And then I guess to get that, sad country rock vibe, we decided to bring in a pedal steel player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's awesome. He's from this area as well, too. He's a professional pedal steel player, Dale. He's great.
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
That's about it.
Well,
no, I was going to say that's about it. And then you kind of just sit there and you, listen. And some nights is a little exhausting listening to the same song or same part over and over again, but we made it.
Oh, no, it's great. Lonely Highway is out now. Well, you mentioned it, BB. You started this journey, less than 2 years ago. Mud on Your Boots was your first single, and then now you got the EP out.
Yep.
What happened? How did you rediscover music? Because you taught yourself guitar and then fell in love with it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I guess from when I was little, when I was young, I always wanted to sing. That was a passion of mine. I never really was too, confident with it. And I kind of decided to take the more sports route growing up. And then I had a little bit of a life-changing moment, a couple years ago, 3 years ago or so. And I found myself with a little bit of extra time on my hands and decided to hey, maybe pick up this guitar my dad bought me when I was 20 that I never learned. And it was a slow process at first, but once I started getting the basic chords down, it was fun for me because then I was like, oh, I can play like this cover, but I still didn't really find my voice or find my love of music until I started writing. I showed up one night to a friend's house, and her husband's in a band, and I kind of just showed up there, and watching these guys play their music, and it's their own music that they wrote, was just a different experience for me to just have some people so close to you just playing this music that's awesome, and they wrote it all. Yeah. So I kind of decided to try that. I tried to write a song. I tried to write a few songs. I remember the first time I played an original song was actually in front of this band and some friends or whatnot. And right when I was done, I remember the line the one guy said to me. He's like, "Oh, I really like that song. Whose song is it? Like, whose cover is it?" And I was like, "Well, that's my song." He's like, "What?" And I was like, so then it kind of just gave me a little bit of that spark to, continue with it. And that's what I've been doing. I haven't stopped since I started. But
no, I mean, it's crazy what you've done. You said, though, you had some time on your hands, which I don't know how, BB, because you have 3 little boys, right?
I do, actually. I see you did some sneaking around. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I have 3 little boys. They are actually currently 3, 4, and 5.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, are they 3,
Yeah.
4, and 5 or triplets or what? I mean, or twins or what?
Not triplets. There was a 3 and 3 years.
Wow. And if you go and check out BB on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, she calls them her little big men.
Yep, my big little men. Yes.
Yeah, your big little men.
I have a song I wrote about them. It's not done yet or anything, but it will come out eventually. So yeah, my big little men.
Her big little men, that's for sure. Yeah, I was like, wow, no wonder she's looks the way she does, because they keep her running, and then
They are my workout team. Yes, I'll give you that for sure.
yeah. Well, you mentioned your guitar player, your right-hand man. Is it Mitchell Brandt?
Brant Mitchell.
Brant Mitchell.
Brant
Okay,
Mitchell.
that's what I thought. Yeah. What? I mean, because how did you meet Brant? You said you put in an ad and he showed up, and the rest is history.
No, not necessarily an ad. I knew who he was through my dad's band. He plays guitar for my dad's band. They're an oldies kind of like rock cover band. So after I started writing and I wanted to start performing, I realized that, I might need a little extra help to like come out, add some stuff to my music. So I kind of auditioned for him. I had him come out to the barn that we call it. It's like our jam space. And I played my originals for him and asked if he wanted to come on board and come play guitar with me for, BB Ann. And yeah, that's about it. We've been playing just over a year together. It's been awesome. We vibe so good together. So it's really cool to have someone that you just vibe with so well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and you mentioned your dad, and I was going to ask you about that because I thought maybe he was a artist or what. So is he your influence, or because he did buy you the guitar?
Yeah, he's definitely a big influence for me. I remember growing up, he always played the guitar. 2 floors down in the basement, I could hear it trying to fall asleep, and it was like, come on, Dad, turn it down. But his dream was to kind of be done when he retired. He wanted to have a band. He wanted to play his own, play music and kind of do this whole setup. So he actually set up a whole barn that's fully operational for a band. So realistically, all I would have to do is bring my guitar in and plug and play. So it's been really awesome. But just seeing him finally doing what he wanted to do at his, in his retirement, definitely was a big inspiration for me to, I guess, continue this journey that I started.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty proud of little BB.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No.
Hopefully.
He definitely comes to all my shows. So, and yeah, he's an awesome dad. He's the one at our jam nights, whatever night it might be. He's there and he's sitting and he's giving his points, good, bad, or ugly. And he's very honest and real. So most of the times it's like, okay, Dad, I know, we'll do better. But it's helped me realize, having that other ear in the room is not necessarily a negative thing. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, to have the support's great. Go check out BB. She's at BB Ann. It's ANNE music.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Her brand new EP, Lonely Highway, is out now. Well, man, speaking of stalking you, you were in Mexico a couple months ago. This trip looked amazing.
Yeah, that was an awesome trip. We kind of went the whole route of not doing an all-inclusive idea, which was the first time for me, but heard a lot of good reviews about Tulum, Mexico, and I don't think I've had a better trip. It was really authentic. It was awesome to be there, just staying at Airbnbs. We did the car rentals, the scooter rentals. We cooked our own food. We stopped at the street tacos, and that was like, it was the best thing, honestly. It was a great experience.
Yeah, amazing. Where's Tulum? What's it nearby?
Oh, I don't know.
You
It's
know?
about an hour and 45 minutes, I think, from Cancun.
Oh, okay. So did you fly into Cancun, then drive down there?
Yeah, we had to fly into Cancun. I think they're putting an airport in now, actually. I saw on the news last week, but you can fly directly to Tulum now, maybe, coming up soon. But yeah, we had to go into Cancun.
Okay. Well, speaking of the road, we played Lonely Highways, the title track. You said it's the only place I feel on track. So you like traveling? You like being on the road?
I love traveling and I love being on the road. If, I swear my dream, and I feel like everybody knows it, is when I retire, I'm buying myself a van. I'm going to be traveling on the road. Probably just with my guitar beside me and, playing little gigs here and there for some money, but that's kind of a dream of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Should be living the van life here shortly.
Did you hear the Canadian geese?
Huh? They flying over?
They were just a bunch flying by. I thought that would be a treat for you.
Oh, yeah. Maybe sitting outside at her work right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, hopefully we'll have to listen back, see if we can hear the geese flying over. They're on the Lonely Highway themselves. Well, in Brant, I mean, you guys have definitely a chemistry, because there was one post you were like, he figured out this guitar solo once he heard the song. When I need bass, Brant's there with some bass. I mean...
For Lonely Highway, the one you already played, that was actually the first song I've ever written only lyrics to. So I wrote the lyrics, and I knew what I wanted the song to sound like, so I sang it to him, and then he sat down and put the music to it. It was kind of cool, too. That one took us a little bit longer just because, for me to write the music, it's easier to find the right notes, but it was kind of a fun process to see him write the music, and I just wrote the lyrics, so that was kind of cool.
Huh. Well, and it works. And then track one, yeah, he did a great job.
It worked out, and that was a song that my dad said we should scrap.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny how things just worked out, I guess. But
well, and the first track, Lilacs in the Ditches, is written about your mom.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Huh, so that's cool. We got the whole family.
We got the whole family. Yes.
Involved in the EP.
In the music making. All my songs do come from a certain spot within me. Like, they all do mean a lot to me. Lilacs in the Ditches probably means the most to me because it was written about my mom. I lost her at a young age. But it's a weird but beautiful feeling and a blessing I've felt lately that I can write and share this music and people can enjoy it. It's like it's a really cool feeling. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how have you gotten out there? Has it been connections with your dad? Is it going out and getting gigs? I mean, Ontario, I've interviewed a ton of people from Barrie, Ontario. I mean, there's a huge music scene in there.
Good.
Have you, has it been easy to get out there? How's it been?
You know what? So because I'm, I guess, so new at it, as I said, I just picked it up a couple of years ago. Last year was my first year of performing live, and I was very fortunate to, I guess, meet some cool friends during the process of going to open mic nights and this and that kind of idea. And my first gig, I actually got to open up at the Leamington Fair. It's like a little small town fair here. For a really cool group. They're called the Higgy Country Music, and they play all over. They've been playing for years. They're awesome. They do a mix of originals and covers. But since then, it's kind of just transpired since. Like, I had that gig and then got another one. And then, somebody saw that I was playing and asked me to play here kind of idea. And there's a few of us that have been playing some shows in the last year together, the Higgy Country, myself, and another band, Slim Pickerel, which is also a great band. And we've kind of just been on this little tour, I guess, together here and there. But this is the year I told myself I'm going to start branching out more, and I'm going to start looking for those shows and playing more shows now that I'm a little more confident with the guitar. So coming in it so new, being fresh with the guitar abilities on my guitar, I want to start going and playing my own shows. So,
yeah, because I mean, if you go and check out BB, she's at bbandmusic.com. On your dates, you said your first rodeo might be coming in July. So what is the goals for this year? Are we going to get a drummer? Are we going to stay at the two-piece? Are we going to hit more dates? I mean, you just kind of mentioned.
Yeah, so the goals for this year, actually tonight I have my first jam night with a bass player that we're going to hopefully potentially hire for some bigger shows this year. So we're going to start with that. This bass player, I guess, plays harmonica too, which is awesome. So he's going to come in and see what he can add. And down the line, I think 100% I'd love to bring in some drums and even another acoustic player if possible. But we'll see what happens because it's that's kind of a bigger project.
Well, and then Lonely, the single, we're going to play it here, but you say, love being lonely. I bet most of you just ain't like me. This is a cool song when you sit here and listen to the lyrics. Tell us about the song, BB.
Okay. Well, this actually has a lot to do with my music, why I wrote this song, when I wrote this song. When I was first starting out, I like very fresh, new kind of idea. I had some friends that weren't so fresh and new that, to be honest, I got a little pushback from a few people.
Yeah.
A couple of them were, even a friend of mine, I thought, and that pushback just kind of really made me feel like it was one of those, when I'm at home and I'm alone, I don't feel that pushback. I feel myself and I feel like this is what I want to do, what I want to be doing. Why can't I do it? Even though I'm new at it, there shouldn't be a reason for someone to tell me you're not allowed to go play here or sing here or do this because you're so new. Well, it was one of those feelings. Guess what? I got asked. So, I wrote this song down and it was honestly the true feelings. I love when I can go home after work or at night when I can just be alone and write or just, I don't know, I guess sit like out of the chaos of people telling you things you can and can't do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. When you listen to the song, you're going to hear it here in a second. Yeah, I thought that people are toxic. They're jealous because, you're talking about gossip in the song.
Well, and that's the thing. Yeah, the talking part. It was just like, those were real feelings. It's like, oh, I heard this. And it's like, oh, this person said this. And I'm like, well, you know what? I kind of got to this point where I'm like, I want to do this. This is something I want to do for me. It's not really for you or not you specifically, Jeff, but for other people. It's more for me. It's something I wanted to do. And it's just, that's the line. It's like, so keep talking about me. Like, there's a reason you're talking about me. It's not because, you know what I mean? So it's just, I choose to find situations where I can be lonely.
Yeah. Well, they'll keep talking about you because her debut EP, Lonely Highway, is out. Go and follow her, bbandmusic.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Big things coming from BB Ann. Here is her brand new single, Lonely. BB, thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's BB Ann. It's Lonely. It's KIX 96.5.